Hello YouTube, from the bedroom here, Guitar Junky with my replica Greeny tribute guitar and my fairly newly installed Supernatural pickups by, and I hope I say the name right, Fabian Di Urbano. Magnets, Supernatural, Peter Green, Gary Moore set, 2014 nickel. So I'll get into a little more of it, but let me just give you a couple of sounds right here. It's in the middle with it's out of phase, and yes, they're handmade. He hand-wires the pickups with the magnet reversed, just like the mistake they made in Gibson in a couple of 59 Les Pauls that they put out. And he's got it sounding just the way it's supposed to sound. Yeah, how about take the Venture Vibe off. I just was running through my my Demon FX, Andy Timmons clone pedal, with the overdrive on, with the boost, just give us some gain from the amp. It almost sounds like I have the wah like that. See, when I turn it off, when I go back in the middle, unbelievable. This guy, he builds a great pickup, a great set of pickups, might I add. And it's just amazing the sound that I get out of it. I'm totally impressed. I want to give a big shout out to Fabian Di Urbano. It's D hyphen Urbano magnet, I believe it's called. Supernatural, Peter Green, Gary Moore, set 2014 nickel. And I'll have a picture on the cover of these things. Let's let's rock it out and then I'll talk about it. See how it sounds with I'm sorry. I messed up. I'm one take beanie. I was sitting on a chair in my garage, and the chair just broke. The leg just snapped right out from under me, and I fell over, of course, on my shoulder that I just had surgery done for the 5th time. So my arm is really hurting right now. But that's not an excuse. But, you know, I'll try it. So back to the guitar again. This is, I can't believe it. So the guitar itself is from AliExpress. And, oh yeah, see, look, I finally used this little rubber gasket that Joe Bonamassa sent me. He sent me the pair to do just that, because this guitar strap is over 20 years old, maybe almost 30, and it's getting kind of worn out where it just pops off. So I actually, you know, thanks Joe, first time I'm actually using those straps. He did send me all his music. I've got all his CDs, so you know, I appreciate that as well. I don't want to diss the guy. I don't want it to sound like I'm dissing the guy. Let's put it that way. So, yes. So I got this guitar from AliExpress. I can't remember the YouTube channel guy. He's an actual professional YouTuber. I'll try to put his name in the description. He's the one that turned me on to said guitar, and I asked him where he got it from and the whole bit. So I went on AliExpress and I looked it up, and there's a couple that are like this, and they use the same photo, so you don't really know what you're getting. But I actually asked, you know, the company, which is Jug, Jugg, and he actually sent me the actual picture of this guitar. And I got it exactly the way he showed it. So the only thing I didn't get on the guitar is I didn't get these little, you know, markers where the washers go on the knobs, as it's supposed to be. So I had to order them. And the other thing I did is I just put locking tuners on, because, you know me, I don't like to wind the string. Put it in, tighten it, tune it, cut it, you're good to go. So the guitar itself, with shipping, because shipping was $18, believe it or not, China Air I think it was, $318. The pickups are selling for $180 for the set and $20 for shipping. I had mentioned to Fabian that I have a YouTube channel, and I was going to use these in the video and give a shout out to him, you know, if he could work with me. And he did, and he also piggybacked my order with orders that were way ahead of me in the same week. And the most time I spent waiting for them is only for the shipping from Australia, because that's where he's from, to the US. And believe it or not, they shipped them from Australia to California and then out to me in Florida. Okay, I'm not going to go down that road. So yeah, so I had to order the washers that have the little pins on it that tells you where you are with the volume and tone knobs, and the tuning pegs. So the tuning pegs, I think the locking tuners were $33 from Amazon. These are still the original strings, believe it or not, that the guitar came with. They feel like nines, almost like a cheap set of nines, feeling almost like eights. I did just oil the nut with some sewing machine oil. The electronics that they had in here, they had dime size, and they had humbuckers, and it was upside down like this one, but they were almost like single coil humbuckers. They were terrible. So I knew right away I was going to change the pickup, so I've been looking and looking and looking, and for some reason I was going to get like a Seymour Duncan set. So I figured, let me see if I could find a used set on Reverb. And as I'm looking, I see this, and I'm like, what? And then I see the video the guy made of him playing and giving you a sound check. And I said, oh, that's what I gotta have. You know, I was hoping to spend less, but I don't regret spending the $180 for the pickups at all. And then the little washer tabs that have the little arrow coming up, they were something like $6-7 from Amazon yet again. I brought them to my tech, a guy around the corner. I'm in Palm Harbor. He's in Palm Harbor, named Hank, and he did a fantastic job giving me 500K pots, because that's what you really need with these humbuckers. And the only thing I had to do was I had to remount each washer by hand, you know, slowly, meticulously, to fit on each volume pot and tone pot. The rod that comes through is like a rod with another rod, so this part was actually fatter. And I did that, and while I was doing it, I kind of like beat them up a little bit, so now they kind of look more vintage than brand new. So, you know, I kind of worked that one out. The knobs that came with the guitar, they were on a smaller rod, and the post, and I think it's 5.8, and I think the standard size is 6mm. And these, I ordered an extra set of 6mm, two unmatched, you know, two sets like this, and they still don't fit, so I had to just remount the original volume and tone knobs and get them to fit on, because these 500K that he says it's American, that they installed in Gibson guitars, I couldn't get the knobs on it. Any of the other knobs that I have wouldn't fit on them either, so I think these are fatter than 6mm. But they're doing the job. They sound great as long as they're 500K. I don't have any buzzing or any extra added noise to it like I had before. So yeah, it was just a little work I had to do to it. Little tweaking with the knobs, a little reaming with the washers, with the pins, and that is it. So this has turned out to be a guitar that I thought I was buying. Look at that. And but by the way, when I was buying this from AliExpress, they did not show Gibson on the headstock. They didn't show Les Paul on the headstock. It just showed a black checkered headstock, you know, as if it was a vintage guitar. The body and all looked exactly like this, and the back looked exactly like this. I did some work on the neck just to kind of get it like from one of the pictures I've seen of Gary Moore's neck, and where I like it. But this neck is a nice thin slick neck, great frets. So AliExpress, 318 total, shipped to my house. It took 2 months, and it came from JUGG. Their rating was very low. Their rating was like, their feedback was like 64%, and because they were the only ones that actually, you know, text me back in conversation, I bought it, because the other ones that were selling the same kind of guitar, they never got back to me, and I'm like, well, I'm not gonna, you know, of course with AliExpress, you use a credit card, and they hold the funds until you get the guitar, and then when you say you got the guitar, you click on it saying you got it, and then you got, I believe like 14 or 30 days from that time that you actually received it, that they release the funds to the manufacturer, and you have that set amount of time to return it. But I was just planning on having this as a display guitar, hanging on my wall and just looking at it. And if it played like crap and sounded like crap and was really just looked good but was a hunk of junk, for 318, you know, you can get a great quality guitar from Tomans with their Harley Benton, no doubt. But they don't make ones that look like this. Now I know Vintage makes the guitar that looks like this, but it doesn't look exactly like this. Vintage is more like the Harley Benton, where it's got the curved S, you know, body in the back, and they put Wilkinson pickups on it, and it just says Vintage on the top, which I'm fine with. Like I said, I didn't think it was going to say Gibson on it. I didn't want to have copyright infringement or think that I'm buying a counterfeit guitar. I was just buying a guitar that was a tribute, how they mentioned it, 59 Greeny Moore tribute guitar that I'm just blown away by and totally satisfied with. And I've been playing this guitar, picking this guitar up a lot. This and my Bad Cat, two really non-Gibson guitars that I've crossed over to the dark side. So yeah, so that was it. I got that. I had it shipped. I was pleasantly surprised with it. I got the pickups. I changed the tuning pegs, and I just had to do a little bit with the knobs and the little washers. I had to order special just to make it look exactly like his. So I try to keep my videos within 10 minutes, but this one went a little over because I just wanted to give you a clear sound on how it sounds, the guitar. When you do have it in the middle, you get that, it's like a beefed up Strat, in my opinion. They say it's that out of phase kind of sound, and you've heard it. I put the Venture Vibe on where it kind of sounds like Hendrix. So you've got, with these pickups on a Les Paul guitar, and it doesn't have to be one of these. You could buy the vintage one. That's the what they call the Greeny guitar, and put it on that, or you could just put it on your own if you have a real U.S. Gibson Les Paul and you want to put it on there. These pickups, they give you a beefy humbucker sound, and then in the middle they give you a beefy Strat sound. So that Strat tone, and I only did it with overdrive and with distortion, because if I play it clean, to me every guitar sounds pretty good clean. So you really can't tell until you put a little dirt on it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Have a good day and a better tomorrow. Adios, amigos.